Okay, we are going to make a simple green chutney today. So the main ingredient in a green chutney is a load of coriander. So this is basically a bunch of coriander. And because we're going to use a blender, we don't need to chop it up too finely. Tear it lightly in half, maybe. Oh, there we go. And then sort of twist it all in. And if we have enough liquid in there, we don't really have to chop it too much. A little bit of a lazy way of doing it, but that's fine. Then we're going to throw in one large garlic clove. Remember that we're not cooking a chutney, it's eaten raw, so you don't want to use a ton of garlic, but you want to give it a decent kick. Just going to cut the edge of that garlic clove so that we're not putting the woody part in. Pulling the paper off there. So garlic's optional actually. The main ingredient, as I said, is coriander, and another significant ingredient is the chili. You could really just do it with chili and coriander if you wanted, and you can use as mild a chili or as hot a chili as you like. I have a jalapeno I'm going to use, because I was cooking a lot with jalapenos this week, so I have some leftovers. And this jalapeno is medium hot. I'm sure you know that there are many different types of chili. There are bird's eye chilies and Thai chilies and chipotle chilies and the Indian ones, which are often called long green chilies. Here is the jalapeno I'm talking about. Let me just give that a quick rinse. I'd pre-wash the coriander but not the chili. Now I'm going to leave my seeds in there. You can of course take them out if you want it milder. Just cutting the stalk off there, maybe cut it in half to make it a little bit easier, and that goes in there, douche. The next main ingredient is salt, and we want to add a fair bit of salt because this is what keeps the chutney from going bad quickly. So I would say about 2 tablespoons of salt. I'm just going to do it by eye here. And remember, this is a chutney, it's a condiment, it's not designed to be eaten by itself. It adds salt and spice and heat. Lemon is our last ingredient. So I have a small lemon here. I might decide to add a little bit more. Now, depending on how thick or thin we want this chutney, we can add more or less liquid. I think I want it to be a little bit chunky, so I'm going to add less liquid and see how it goes. But you can make this almost like a soupy consistency if that's the kind of chutney you want. Maybe you want to drizzle it on a taco, or you want to have it on top of some rice. So it's completely up to you. This is a really fresh, lovely condiment. Alright, so I think we've got pretty much everything in there. Rogue stalk of coriander. I'm going to put that into. I'm going to grab my blade, and there isn't a ton of liquid in here. It might be that I have to add a bit more, but let's see how it goes. So I've got my blender here. Turn your ears off for one moment. Definitely needs more liquid because I didn't really make a dent in that big bunch of coriander. So what I'm going to do now is add a second lemon, because I quite like a tangy chutney, should we say. So squishing in a second lemon. This side has seeds in, so I might just do it into my hand first so that any seeds escape into my hand and the juice can go through the little cracks. You can obviously use a proper juicer to do this, but while I like a gadget, a juicer is not one of the gadgets I tend to have. So I'm just picking out the seeds from my hand, putting them down. Ooh, maybe that. Alright. Gorgeous. Okay. And then that second half. And remember, if you've got any cuts in your hand, that lemon juice will exacerbate any scrapes or cuts you might have. So just be careful that you're not using this technique if you've got any broken skin on your hands. You can always whip it up straight if you have something like that going on. Alright, that's all the seeds out, and I'm just going to make sure I've got the last bit of juice from there. And actually I think I will use a very small touch of water because I didn't make much of a dent in that coriander at all. Ooh, rogue seed. Let me grab that out. Doesn't really matter too much if you get seed in there because you are blending it all down. Let me grab some water. So as I said, just a touch, I would say about 2 tablespoons. There we go. If your hands are damp from the lemon juice, you might want to wipe them clean. Alright, let's do our second. And this is a little bit of a labour of love. You don't really know what kind of chutney you're going to end up with. It's almost different every single time, but it's fun to do. Alright, that is making some progress. Sometimes you just have to shake things around, but you can see there's a lot more liquidity in there. Perfect. Keep going. There we go, this is the texture we're looking for. So I'm just going to open that up. Now my mum would add sugar to this. You don't have to add sugar, but it does balance the flavour somewhat. The important thing is that you like it. So I'm going to just get a teeny bit out, put that onto my hand, give it a little taste. Oh, it's delicious. Tangy and salty and delicious. There you go. Super easy green chutney that you can put on Indian food like dosas, or you can put it on Mexican food like tacos, Chinese food, Thai food, anything you want. Tasty. Enjoy!